T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Well, hello, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to Kop-Ish. If you missed us on the watch along, then you missed out. We are here with the live match reaction. Norwich City 0, Liverpool 3. Liverpool win. Their first game of the season, beat Norwich again by a 3-goal margin. And we've got to talk about the record breaker though, Drift. The King of Egypt. 5 seasons in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Watford, West Ham, Norwich, Leeds, and Norwich again. Don't even make me draw for the Afro Week, Drift. Don't make me do it. I'll do it. I swear I'll do it. I swear I'll do it. I swear I'll do it. I'm so happy about that. Look, we all predicted that we would win the game. Obviously, me and Matt went for bigger scores. Drift went for a slightly smaller score, but we all predicted we'd win the game. So, look, this is Norwich. We're not sitting here saying, look, we've just destroyed the best team in the world. But there's a way of beating a team. We made that look very professional and, dare I say it, very easy for most of that game. This Liverpool team is not a dead team. Now, again, not going to sit here and say, yes, we've got a complete squad. We haven't. All of us on this show here want another couple of players. But we want those couple of players not because we don't think we can compete in the league, but because we want to compete in every single trophy this season. And we want us as fans to be able to sing and have a parade at the end of the season where we're not just lifting 1 trophy, not just lifting 2, but maybe 3 or even 4. That's what we want for Liverpool. But you know what? Every story has to start somewhere, and we did really, really well. Drift, your thoughts on the game?
I think it was very professional. I think we looked prepared. Just right. Chicken wasn't dry. The chicken wasn't pink. It was
juicy.
Just right.
Juicy.
Bro. Just right.
It was all a dream.
It was very professional. I love the fact that the front line just had fluidity. They all looked like they were in tune. They were looking for each other. The cohesion was there. No selfishness. Everybody was trying to play the ball to the other guy. Unfortunately, Mane weren't able to get on the score sheet, but all 3 of our other front 4 players all got on the score sheet today. It was good, man. It was good. I was very apprehensive about Virgil starting. Thankfully, he wasn't put under enough pressure for it to be the type of game where he may have been out of his comfort zone and that kind of thing. I think Matic was impeccable at the back. I think he dealt with everything. I know, obviously, again, it's Norwich, so there's levels to this. But today, he did everything that was asked of him. He won every ball in the air. Every time they tried to slip a ball down the side, Matic was there. He was stepping out with the ball, playing balls into midfield. I thought Matic was exceptional today. Remember, it's his first game back for 8 months as well. I know he didn't have as bad of an injury, but that was 8 months of no Premier League football for Matip as well. Came back in, looked like he hadn't missed a beat, bro. So yeah, Tsimikas, apart from when his battery died on his controller, he was great today. But you know, I'm gonna give him a blight, bro, because I just realized he's never played 90 minutes in the Premier League. Ever.
He's never played 90 minutes. Yeah, he's not played 90 minutes for Liverpool. Full stop, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't. So you can kind of understand why he got exhausted, because the Premier League is different. You can play friendlies and you can do all that stuff, but it's different when you get to the real actual game. Carrow Road, the atmosphere was great from them. Credit to Norwich for the first, say, half an hour. We're in a game. We were definitely in a game for the first half an hour. They were up for it. Do you know what I mean? Players like Cantwell and that playing well, tackling, doing their thing. So in the end, it looks easy, but for the first half an hour, they made us work for it. They definitely made us work for it. So shout out to everyone, man. Very professional.
Indeed. Drift, my computer's frozen at the moment, so if any super chats or comments you want to bring up come up, just bring them up for me. Virgil van Dijk started his first game since October 2020. You said you're a bit apprehensive about it. I was as well, although I did also say this is the perfect run out, as Zed has just said, for Virgil against Norwich. And again, no disrespect to Norwich, but you don't want Virgil's first start to be against Chelsea with a brand new Lukaku, for example. Looking in hindsight, and obviously hindsight's a beautiful thing because obviously the decision could have gone wrong. Do you think Klopp got it right starting Virgil today? And just because we won, it doesn't necessarily mean yes. Just want to see where you stand on it now.
Hindsight makes this one a bit too easy, so I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to act like it was a great decision because hindsight now allows me to say that. I still wouldn't have played it. Cool. What I will say though, it was a great 90 minutes to get under his belt. Now we can look in hindsight. Cool. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to let hindsight make me act all like, yeah, it was and all that. But I will say it was a great 90 minutes under his belt now. That one's locked, loaded, and now that might make him feel a little bit better about himself, which is always good. There was a moment where that Ida squared him up, and old Virgil would have just bodied him. But he backed off a bit and thought, okay, what you got for me, big man? Because he's still easing his way back in, you can tell. Old Virgil would have just bodied that easy, and it would have just been like, give me that. So let's give him time. I wouldn't play him next. I wouldn't do every week's Virgil now, personally. No. I'd be like, Virgil can sit out next week. You got that in the bank from last week. And I'd bring Ibu in for the next game. But, you know what I mean? At least we got through it.
Well said, I believe. His defensive partner, Joel Matip, hasn't played since February. Your thoughts on him?
No, bruv. It's earlier than that. Later than that, sir. Because remember, he got injured in January while we bought the players.
Well, January, the last day of January, pretty much got injured, didn't he?
Last week. Yeah, well, yeah. Matip was impeccable today.
Indeed.
As I said, Pookie didn't give him so much trouble. It was like, oh my days, it was like he was playing against Drogba or anything. But they did try and play a lot of long balls in. He let all those little slip balls down the side. He wasn't letting them because our line was high. There was one point where we were actually past.
Every day.
Remember that point where we were past the D in their half?
Yeah.
Of the halfway line.
Brother, when did that man just squeeze, bro?
That is squeezing like an anaconda, bro.
Yeah, but look at the rewards it reaped, though.
We're lucky they don't have a rapid forward, though, because you can really get caught out like that.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. They ain't got one. Baba. It's all good.
Like the pressing was great. I think Naby's pressing, Jota's pressing, Salah's pressing, Mane's pressing. Firmino, when he came on, his pressing, Milner's pressing. I think it was all good. I think the only one I would say didn't really do great with his pressing today was Ox. I know a lot of people are saying Ox was non-existent. I think that's a bit disingenuous, but he was definitely the worst player on the pitch. But indeed, I don't think he had a crap game. He was just the worst player on the pitch. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I agree with that. I think that's a good breakdown. A super chat here from Carl. If City don't drop points after 7 weeks, then wow. Yeah, I think it's a bit early to be thinking like that, though. Anything can happen in the first couple of weeks. A lot of people wouldn't have expected Aston Villa. In fact, you know what? I don't want to spoil results for anyone else, so I'm not going to say anything. Heisenberg says, disappointed with Alisson. He should have at least scored one goal. It's true. It's true. He played very. I think he was very reserved today. He just wanted to ease himself back into the season. He wasn't as expansive as he usually is. Usually he goes up for corners. He thought, no, I'll stay back this game. Maybe Klopp said to him, just take it easy on them lot, innit? Maybe he's going to unleash him when he needs to unleash him. Like Sam Allardyce, for example. Klopp basically said, I'm done with Sam Allardyce in football. Go and get him sacked, big man. And he said, all right then, boss.
While Ali was not trying to score goals in the other net, as Phil said, bro,
the triple save, the triple double. triple double.
And it was the nonchalant of the flick at the end, didn't it? When he was like, get out.
He's like, I'm done now. Done now. Get out of here, man.
Bloody hell, man.
You know, like a basketball tip-off, bro. That's what he did.
And you know the wickedest thing as well, yeah, is that you actually have to take into account when you're looking at this context to be pretty much kind of not bored for the whole game, but not much to do. And then as soon as you're called into action to just be able to switch on like that, that's the marks of great goalkeeping. Because most top goalies play for teams that have got the ball all the time, in possession all the time, and don't do as much as others. So you don't look as busy, you're not as warm. You got to be switched on. And I feel like that is what sets those great goalies apart. And Ali just showed, like he did in the Napoli game and other games in the past, where he's not got that much to do in the game, but then he's called on for that one big moment and he stays switched on. And that was point blank. And you can see from the other way, when we had the point blank save that went in when Jota got his goal, it's not easy to just be switched on for a point blank save because Jota's goal was straight at Krul. Krul should have done better if we're being very critical.
There's an argument to say Krul could have done better for all of the goals. Maybe not Bobby's as much. Salah's one, when you look at Salah's one again, it was nearer to him than we thought.
Yeah,
maybe the pace beat him.
I don't think you could do
as I said, bro, I told you, blood season, bun them all, bro. Bun them all. We got 3 goals in the back of the net. That's all I care about, bro. How many times have we been unlucky with conceding goals? And
I don't think you could have done better with Firmino. Firmino's finish was perfect.
It was close to him, bro. When you look at it again, it was really close to him.
That Bobby finish was. I won't blame the goalie for the Bobby finish, bro.
That's fair enough. Asen says Tsimikas was quality for 50 mins, needs them Duracells. Yeah. You know when the battery's dying and the toy keeps on stuttering. That's what Tsimikas was doing. But he'll build that up. And again, this kind of shows why some players, when they're brought into a Klopp team, don't go straight into the team depending on the position as well, because it takes a bit of time to build up the engine to play in a Klopp team. Like playing left back and right back for Klopp, you've got to be probably the fittest on the pitch.
Probably.
Very demanding positions under a Klopp system.
We're talking about fullbacks. Let's take a motherfucking moment of silence for that boy Trent. He makes the game look so easy, Cal.
Easy.
He makes the game look so easy, man.
Easy.
Oh my God.
Easy like Sunday morning.
The manager. Listen, and if we're talking about passing, one thing I will say about the big man, my days, the switcher play from
Virgil has unlocked another play that we didn't remember we had.
The switcher play from Virg.
You know when you're in a wardrobe and you're like, what do I wear? And you pull the rail and you're like, bro, I haven't worn this in 8. Yeah, I'll wear this tonight. That's Virgil's long passing out from the back. We forgot it was in the wardrobe. It was there. Shout out to our brother James Redmond TV. Yeah, hell yeah. Big up James. Guys, support James if you're not doing so already, people. Red Coco says, I'm sorry, but I don't rate Milner. He's too old, can't track back. Teams pass around him. Thiago and Jones should need to be ahead of him. Thoughts? Some harsh things there, but Milner definitely for me would be one of the lowest in the pecking order for starting. But I think you needed his leadership today. Like, prime example, Tsimikas was starting to mess about a little bit. Man had to rough him up a little bit, innit?
No, I'm not gonna lie, Carl. I'm not gonna lie. Millie's my guy, but he went a bit too far when he slapped Tsimikas. I know he's trying to wake him up, man, but he literally slapped him.
Simicast was Milner does what Milner does, innit, bro? Who's gonna say anything to him? You gonna speak
And then
back
after
to him?
the slap, he gave him like, come on, like he
Yeah.
wasn't even like, oh my bad, like he was like, yeah, and I'll slap you again. Wake up.
Brother O Samson said VVD looked like he was blown at 70 minutes. He did. We said that as well.
I've never seen him bead before, bro. Never seen Virgil beading ever.
Bruv, I've never seen any of his hair out of place, bro. That's the first time I've seen that. And I know he don't use product in his hair. I just think it's naturally slicked down, brother. But today was different. Genie Houdini says, remember when your TV remote used to die and you'd slap the back of the remote? That was Milner slapping Sim. Or you'd open the back and roll the batteries. Do you remember that one?
Is that?
Oh, Genie, that is a fantastic super chat. Shout out to Genie for that one. That is brilliant. All right, shout out to LFC for L says, find it funny how everyone's sleeping on us this season. Bun them all. Bun them all. Bun them all. They said we were the worst champions, finished third. Bun them all. Bun them all.
Let them talk, man.
Let them talk. Let them talk.
Let them talk, man.
All right, Drift, gonna do something slightly different now. Gonna do a
Oh shit, hold on. Jamie, is she all right though? That's the main thing.
Jamie out here causing disaster again, you know. Leaving one man without ear, pushing someone else down the stairs. Come on, Jamie, bruv. Come on, Jamie. I think I saw 8092 Reds podcast in the chat as well. Shout out to those guys and make sure you follow them on YouTube as well. All right, Drift, can you see the screen?
I can indeed.
All right, so what I'm going to do, people, I'm going to put me and Drift in the background and still be able to hear us, and we're going to spend about 5 minutes doing the player ratings. We're going to do it slightly different. Going to do it slightly different for you guys.
Keeping secrets from me, Cal, are we?
You know how we do. You know how we do. Little surprise and that, you know. All right. So we've got a couple of tier levels here. So 0 to 2 is awful. 2 to 4 is poor. 5 average. 6 to 7 above average. 8 to 9 excellent. And 10 is mirage. So I'll just go through those. I'll just go through those again for you guys. So 0 to 2 is awful. 2 to 4 is poor. 5 average. 6 to 7 above average. 8 to 9 is excellent. And 10 is mirage. All right. So, all right. So we're going to start with Allison then.
I'm going to put Ali in excellent.
I agree with you, Drift. Got no qualms for me on that one. Right back was Trent. And apologies, people. I've only been able to find images with the whole team when last year's kit. I will make sure that is updated. Don't you worry.
Is that
Trent.
if we win a? Yeah,
I know. Yeah. It's not all my
what's more
fault.
upsetting is it's because it's the only person we bloody bought as well.
Yeah. I know. Where does Trent go?
I'd put Trent in a excellent next to Ali personally.
Drift. I agree again. This might be the quickest player rating we ever do with all this agreement, bro. Joel Matip.
10 Mirage.
Virgil.
I put him in above average, 6 to 7.
Okay.
His passing was impeccable. His defending, you could tell he was a little rusty. He was blowing after 60, 70 minutes. Not his fault though. Good game to be eased back in. I give him above average.
I actually had Virgil as excellent, you know, Drift, because he didn't get beaten. Yeah, he didn't get beaten. I thought his switching the play was excellent. His
couple of the balls in behind were down his side though.
Say again, sorry?
Couple of the balls in were down his side because they did get in behind us a couple times.
But that's also because he's playing with a new fullback in Simicast as well, I think, who was more advanced up the pitch than he would have been had he known and had he had the gas tank.
I mean,
I'm not gonna sit here and argue though. Like,
And you know what? And I'm rating him against his own status, where that was a low game for a Virgil game. If you get what I mean.
But that's harsh though, isn't it? Because he's just come back from a long term.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Can I bump him up, Drift? Are you happy if I bump him up?
Yeah, but if you want to bump him up, I'll let you bump him up.
There we go. Left back, Costas.
You know what? The only reason I'm struggling is I thought he was excellent, but that switch off was nuts, bro.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, I'm gonna give him excellent. You know what? I'm not gonna do it just because I think up until that point, I think he was playing very, very well, very well. And then
agree.
That was just fatigue. You got to kind of give him an applause. Who said he hasn't played 90 minutes for 18 months, and that's his first 90 minutes in the Premier League as well. So. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't argue with you if you put him in above average, but I thought apart from that switch off, he was excellent.
Cool. Drift, do me a favor, just keep an eye on the super chats as I'm switching back and forth.
We'll do. I don't think any have come through so far, but yeah, go.
Milner.
Average.
5.
Just because when he was in the DM position, he was making silly tackles, and he was getting played around quite a bit.
Fair dues. I thought Milner was.
He didn't have a bad game, but yeah.
Hold on a sec. I've just missed a comment. I need to bring this up. Shout out to Jamie. So I just found out my wife is expecting our 4th kid due in February. God, drop the beat for Jamie. Congratulations to the Phillips family. Jamie scoring on the chat and off the chat as well. Big up, Jamie, man. Big up, Jamie. Happy for you, bro. I've got some great names if you really want some suggestions as well. Sadio, Roberto, Kenneth, Stephen. There's some great names there. So do you know what, guys? Let's throw in name suggestions for Jamie in the comments as well, people. Shout out to Jamie.
I mean, let's be honest. We're thinking it's going to be a boy. It could be a girl, Cal.
No, bro, I'm saying those names could be unisex.
I get you.
I think Kenneth for a girl's name is absolutely fine, personally.
I mean, bro, you said Stevie. I don't know about.
Yeah, Stevie.
Don't know about your daughter rocking up at school like, yeah, hi, I'm Stevie. You'd be like, yeah, my dad's a Liverpool fan. Well,
put it this way: I call my niece Jamie, and obviously, I call my little one Robbie.
Yeah,
and
Jamie's
one
unisex.
Stevie.
Jamie's unisex.
Yeah, but obviously, Jamie can't name his kid Jamie unless he wants to, because his name's Jamie, isn't it? Could be a Jamie Jr.
There you go.
Could be a Jamie Jr. Little JJ. Ox.
Average.
I agree. Ox is a rhythm player, it looks like. Needs to get in a rhythm, which is my only concern for him, because I don't know if he's going to be in the team long enough to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, that's the difference there.
Naby Keita.
I'll give him above average.
I
think he was good today.
Matt's going to kill us for this, probably.
He can't say he was excellent. He wasn't excellent. He got passed around a few times and we were like, yo, what's going on? Like, he looked very stiff. But in general, I thought he was good.
Can I just say something? And this is what I think is very interesting. You look at Ali in the defence, they're excellent too. Muras. And then you look at the midfielders are average to above average. We've just won the game 3-0, and you could arguably say we didn't get overrun in midfield, and
that's our worst 3 midfielders.
No, but is this a case of we want to see more flash from our midfield, but we're neglecting to think of the job they're actually there to do, which is to facilitate the team around them? And this is probably why they're so underrated by other teams as well, because they don't have amazing stats. They don't do the amazing things. But when you actually break it down and you look at the results we get, like Ox, Naby, and Milner weren't brilliant by any stretch of the imagination, but we won the game 3-0 and they kind of facilitated.
But nobody had a poor game today. In my opinion. There may have been people who were worse than others, but nobody had a poor game, though.
No, I agree. I agree.
You got what I mean? To say anybody had a poor game is going too far. No one had a poor game.
That's fair enough. That's fair
And
enough.
I just don't think Naby was on the same level as, because remember, I would have put Virgin 6 to 7 as well. There's no way Keita came off that pitch having a better game than Ali Trent or Simicast. Now, we got to be honest, he didn't. But he was very good, though.
All right. So next player then, Sadio Mane.
I put Sadio in excellent.
I'm glad you said that. I do as well.
I think he had a brilliant game in regards to tracking back, making good runs, making good decisions, some very good crossing, always looking for Mo, very unselfish today, getting in behind. I was really, really happy with Mane today. The connection between Mo and Mane today was great. Mane was looking for Mo at every opportunity. And then in the second half, Mo started to return the favour, started to look for Mane. Very good. I'm very, very happy with those two today.
And shall I tell you what this does as well? I want people to understand. You don't have to score a goal to have an excellent game. Yes, it boosts, it does help. But Mane was absolutely brilliant today. The only thing that was missing was a goal. His intelligence, his decision making. And this is probably why we were going back and forth so much last season, Drift, when I was saying, even though he's not scoring, he's still not having good games. But if Mane plays like this all season and only scores 5 Premier League goals, I actually I don't care, bruv. Because we'll win more games than we lose with him playing like that. He was excellent today.
And shout out to everyone who said that Mane can't beat his man.
Very true. Very true. Again, without trying to turn this into a debate or anything, Mane for me still has to prove himself over a slightly longer period in terms of making sure he's back to where he was. But
proving himself is the wrong way to say it, bro, because he ain't got nothing to prove to us, bro.
But no, I hear that. But in terms of people saying he needed to be sold or Mane's finished, no.
That was the crazy talk. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
All right. Diogo Jota.
This one's difficult for me, you know. I don't know if anyone's going to come for me, but I would probably say I will put him in above average with Naby. Apart from the goal, which is obviously very important, we did say during the game he hasn't really been that involved. But he got the goal, he got the opener, he got us going, and his pressing was good. But I don't quite think I would put him in excellent, though.
I agree with that as well. I just think he's devastating, but as his overall game wasn't really there. But he did look tired as well. But we have to remember he came back from.
He shouldn't have been really playing when you think about it.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been. But again, this is what makes it, and this is why it's so difficult, because Bobby gives you the link-up play, but doesn't give you the goals. Jota doesn't necessarily give you the link-up play, but he does give you the goals. So it's a tough one. It's a
Took
really
his finish really well, though.
Yeah, but it's what we expect from Jota, isn't it? It's almost, we kind of take it for granted when he scores now. Like, he's that good. He's that good in front of goal.
It's true.
The Egyptian king.
10 Miras. Miras.
Oh. Not nice. Oh.
Gaza. Listen,
Gaza.
He was on smoke today. Hey, my days. Flipping hell. The only thing he did today, was get angry at himself for no reason. It was like, Mo, calm down, bro. Like, man was dashing grass. It's like, bro, calm down, bro. It's all right, bro. It's all right. Like, calm down.
Drift, got 1,000 people in the stream. So first and foremost, let me drop the beat for the 1,000 people that have joined us straight after the game. Now, guys, we just need you to do us one thing, and that is hit the like button. I'm not sure how many likes we're on at the moment, but please, guys, there's 1,000 of you here. We should be on at least 750 likes. At least 750 likes. Touch a button now. Come touch me now. Touch a button now. I know where you come from
First
or where you
game back
gone.
up to 1,000. Big up everyone in the chat. Smash that like. Smash that like.
Indeed. Shout out to Lloyd Will, his birthday. Shout out to Lloyd, dropping a beat for Lloyd.
We're gonna allow
Happy
while we're
birthday,
here,
Lloyd.
we might as well just do it.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it, man.
Gotta love it, man.
You gotta love it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a point drifting. Now you mentioned it. Where's all those FSG out boys? Where they at, Drift? Hella quiet in the chat, huh? Couple of y'all doubted me, huh? You got Kanat. You still got your old boys. Been putting them on new contracts, upping their money. You want more? We good, baby. We good. We might win everything this year. Might get them boys a yacht as well. No, I won't. I'm joking. I'm joking. I ain't getting them a yacht. Might get myself another one, though. Yeah, baby. But again, we go out there. We beat Norwich. We beat Norwich. Is that how you say, LeBron? Yeah, Norwich. And, we back again. Up the Reds, baby. Is that how you say? Up the Reds. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go to the subs. Who are the subs? So first sub, Fabinho.
Flacco. I'm feeling like for the next one, we should have a substitute rating bar as well, Cal.
How do we do that, though?
Like a different scoring system based on your minutes. Because I think Flacco was excellent.
You want to get techie too? You want to get techie?
I think he was excellent when he came on, but would I put him above Jota and Naby for a course of a whole game? It feels a bit unfair.
Yeah,
but he was excellent when he came on, though. Do you get what I mean?
I hear you, Drift. I hear you. I mean, I can look into. I can try and
We're gonna have to get techie with it, fam.
Gotta forget techie with it. All right. I see what I can do in that. You get me.
But for now, put him in excellent for now because we haven't got a rating system based on subs, and he was excellent when he came on.
All right. Do we give it a rating for Elliot?
He didn't really. He only got 8 minutes. Yeah, it's a bit. I guess 10 minutes and above is probably worth rating. I'll give him average. He didn't have time to do much though. It wasn't his fault.
So Elliot above average. I'm trying to look for Elliot.
No, average. I'd put Elliot average, but it's not his fault. He only had 8, 9, 10 minutes.
And then last but not least, C. Senor.
Hey, excellent.
Agreed.
20 in all comps, baby. I told man he's off to a flyer.
As I said, Bobby's still got to prove he can do it, but you know what? If he continues with that, I'll be very happy. Do you think
actually, you know what? He actually came on, and you gotta say he kind of changed the game. Not that we needed him to change it because we weren't playing well, but he still kind of changed the game. He started to come deeper, link up the play a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like he made runs into the box, which is something we've always criticised him for. We've been saying, why doesn't he make those runs in the box? He was making runs into the box as well. He got his goal. He was excellent when he came on, man. He was excellent.
I agree.
Little Bobby backflips back as well, baby. He was doing the little flicks and the tricks and that. Yeah, man.
Just on Bobby and Jota. So I thought of something, and again, maybe it's me just conspiracy theory cow all over again. Do you think this could be a tactic we use quite often this season, where Jota's the one that starts and he basically runs the defense into the ground, and then Bobby comes on and there's a bit more time and space on the ball, and he can be at his devastating best?
Bruv, I don't know if you remember, but that was kind of what I said about halfway through the season we should be doing with Bobby. Do you remember when I was saying to you, I feel like he's very good at coming off the bench. For some reason, he doesn't really need much rhythm. When he comes off the bench, he seems to be able to get into the game quite quickly, and it makes him a very good, impactful sub. And I know it's a bit disrespectful to just be like, oh, he's a sub now, but this is how you build great teams, right?
Yeah.
And like, brother, I think you're right. I think bringing Bobby on for the last half an hour when Jota's run them ragged for the first hour, I think it isn't a bad shout at all. It's not a bad shout at all, bro.
So now I'm going to ask you another question. I'm going to throw this out in the comments as well. Do we need another striker then?
In an ideal world, yes. Because in an ideal world, I'd play Jota as the wide player, and I'd have the striker down the middle, or Bobby would be coming on for whoever that was, Vlahovic or whoever that would be. And then that would make me feel very comfortable with Jota being one of the wide replacements, because Jota's still very good coming from wide left. Wide right, I don't like Jota. Wide left, so Mane cover basically. You know what I mean? I don't like Jota wide right. He doesn't work wide right. It's not good. Wide left, yeah. So what we've got now, I'll be okay with if we get a wide forward. So before the window shuts, if we buy a wide forward and Jota's down the middle, I'm okay with it. It's not ideal, but I'm okay with it. And the fact we got a wide forward makes me happy. If we got a striker, Jota could be the wide left player. So it's still kind of the same thing. So I kind of feel like it's a 50-50 for me on that one.
All right. So I'm going to throw another question to you and everyone in the comments as well. Everyone's kind of, I think everyone in the comments and everyone here kind of thinks that a wide forward is a player that we need to get, right?
I think
second
so, yeah.
player. That second player, is it a striker or a centre midfielder?
If we get a wide forward, I would go central midfielder. I think a striker and a winger would be amazing from the kind of gas level of like, oh shit, we bolstered our attack. This is amazing. But I would still be a little bit worried that there's a long ass season with 3 midfielders who are injury prone.
Very true. I'm torn. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something really stupid now, and I'm going to start dreaming. But you see, if you said to me, stick with Bobby and Jota for this season, get yourself a central midfielder and a wide forward, and next season we can try and get Haaland, I'd wait. I'd wait like that faithful wife who waits for her husband who's doing time in jail. I'd wait.
Bro, how on earth do we
drift? I'm sleeping. Don't wake me up. Don't wake me up.
Because I heard something about Haaland, and it made me realise we can't even get involved when his transfer thing kicks in.
Why is that?
Because when the transfer fee comes down, nobody knows that it actually still doesn't include his signing on bonus, which is a guaranteed 40% for his agent, which means that you probably will have to pay him a signing on fee of about 60 million. So even though he comes down to 70 something, it's still going to cost you about 140 to get him regardless.
I promise, like, and even it's been a weird these past few months, and knowing out.
That's me right now.
Sorry, Cal. Sorry.
Are you though?
No, yeah. I didn't want to have to break it to you. Sorry, tonight. I didn't want to have to break it to you.
Yeah, you did though. You did break it to me.
if it's gonna cost you 130, 140 to get him even with his fee coming down to 78 for whatever, it's still looking like a Real Madrid or one of those guys or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? So,
okay. Yeah, I've woken up now because you dashed water over me. Thanks for that, Drift. Great start to the morning. Cheers, bro. So obviously it's not going to be Haaland. So this is the thing. So Vlahovic is really the last sort of striker that's on the market then who's attainable.
Kind of. I mean, obviously, you've got Martinez, where possibly Inter Milan might still be in enough trouble that you could force their hand with a great bid. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I know maybe we're just thinking to name brand, innit? Even though I kind of still feel like Vlahovic is still a bit of a hipster signing, but like his name's getting branded around a bit more, so the popularity's starting to kick up a bit now, innit? So he's not feeling so hipster now because people are starting to realise Atletico and Tottenham and other teams are starting to realise. So there's not many though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Here's the logic that I was thinking that I was gonna wait till Monday, but I might as well say it now while we're working. If Bayern Munich really do want to get Haaland, because apparently they're really, really trying to see if they can work something now.
Then yeah, I want Robert.
No, but here's the thing, bro. Maybe we should ask them if they want to let Lewandowski go, to give him a little money to go towards that Haaland.
That's what I just said. I want Robert, bruv.
Oh, sorry, sir. I thought you said what about Robert? Sorry.
Yeah, I want Robert, bruv. If you want Haaland, I want Robert, bruv. Don't be greedy.
The other day, was it you or was it Matt when we was looking at? I think it might have been Matt, and we actually realised Benzema's even older than Lewandowski. I thought Lewandowski was about 34. He's only 32.
Yeah, bruv, give me Lewa.
He's younger than I thought he was. Bruv. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We should just ask Bayern Munich if they want a little kitty money for Haaland and take Lewandowski for 2-3 years. Yeah, I'm not joking.
I would do it. A couple of you in the comments have been saying about Mo Salah's agent, so I'm just going to bring up the tweet on screen now. Very interesting tweet, in fact. I don't know what this means.
Or what's this all about?
So his tweet during the game was, "I hope they're watching."
He's got to be talking about FSG.
What I will say though, I'm not a fan of agents doing this.
Neither am I.
I'm not a fan of it. But I also have to ask on the other side, why does he feel the need to do that?
Because he's watching all the other guys get their contracts renewed. And I bet one of the reasons Mo hasn't been is because Mo's the one who's going to cost the most. Remember when I said to you, I reckon we'll do Mo's last?
Yeah, but that makes sense, though. That actually makes sense, in my opinion.
It makes sense to not upset the other players, because if they see Mo get a gigantic one, they might ask for more.
Exactly.
But if you're talking about tying down your prize asset, you get him done first, really.
No, you communicate to him that, look, once everyone else is done, you have a gentleman's agreement. From that sounds of that, it doesn't even seem like there's a gentleman's agreement. But look, we're not going to dive into that now. That's something for the Monday show. This is all about positive vibes. We just beat Norwich 3-0, picked up first 3 points of the season. Just in terms of the wide forward profile, a lot of time when we speak about players, we think of players, and if one leaves, we think we've got to find a player that can replicate exactly what they do. Now, fullbacks, I agree with, because we're very reliant on how our fullbacks play. Centre back, there's an argument to say maybe, yes, you need a certain type of profile for our centre backs in our systems, considering we play so high. Centre midfielders is slightly different, but I think wide forwards is extremely different. Now, obviously, we've got Salah and Mane, who are the out-and-out wide forwards, but they also chip in with their goals. Jota is sort of a hybrid between two who can play as a striker as well as a wide forward. What type of profile would you be looking at, Drift, for a wide forward?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, bro.
And before you answer that, you're going to love this, but I was speaking on the phone to Matt earlier, and he actually said, and I couldn't believe this came out from Matt, but he said, if Adama Traore was the one we bought, he wouldn't be upset. He wouldn't be his first choice, but he wouldn't be upset because he would understand the logic in it.
Fair enough.
So I don't know if you have been telling Matt to do certain things behind the scenes to try and rattle me or what, but that like, I was walking with little man at the time and I almost stumbled still.
He's saying it's gone from I've got a burner account to now I've got a burner human, yeah?
I just reprogrammed Matt, bro.
Like Buzz Lightyear, man, just rip the thing off the backbone. Flick the switch.
Put it back to demo mode, bro. Drifty mode.
Shit, man. I don't even know how to put it back into the thing because now it's on Spanish mode. What the man just like,
Hold on then. Just to be clear, we're not talking about a wide forward to replace Salah. Salah's going nowhere.
Yeah.
Salah's
We're talking
going
about
nowhere.
to be in the
But
squad.
to bolster the squad, because we've always said here in the chat we want a wide forward. Shaka A says Matthias Arezo. Next Suarez, you heard here first, fellas. I've not heard of him, so I'd have to check.
I haven't heard of him.
Guy Fawkes said that's why Matt had a bad cough the other day. He's still not too well now. That's why he's not on this show. He's still not feeling 100%. So shout out to Matt for even getting through the watch along as well. But yeah, he's obviously been reprogrammed, so he knows what's going on. But yeah, what type of
there's two types of wide forward, Cal, if you ask me. There is a goal scoring wide forward and a skillful assisting wide forward. And I'm not saying you can't have a blend of it all, but it's more like about mentality for me more than anything. So you got Mo and Mane that I will call goal scoring wide forwards. And then you've got someone like Luis Diaz, for example, who I've been saying I rate highly, the Colombian who I'd like Liverpool to go and get, who I would say is a techie assist type wide forward.
Neto Rafinha.
Yeah, techie assisting type wide forwards. There's two different types. So you've got two questions in one. There is who would you like that would fit the mold, but also do you go like for like, or do you switch it up so we can be different? Those are the two questions that kind of come into the one question.
Are you asking me or are you?
I'm kind of asking you and asking myself while answering it at the same time, kind of thing. So obviously you can chip in whenever you feel like it.
I want a creative wide player.
Oh, so you'd go the other side. So we'll be like kind of changing it up a bit. So it wouldn't even need to just be there's an injury. It would be let's just tactically change it and bring
in the same. That's why I want a Haaland or Vlahovic as well, because it's something so different to what Firmino and Jota is.
I agree.
Hence why I've been so hot. I'm so hot on the whole Neto thing because I think Neto is arguably one of the most creative wingers in our league, but also is doing it at a team that lacks creativity. I think you throw Neto into our setup, it could be an absolute madness what he could do.
I'm not even gonna lie. Neto, a fully fit back to his best Neto in this team is disgusting. It's disgusting.
And he can play both sides as well.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And even though his finishing would leave us quite frustrated, his overall play would be brilliant in this team.
But we say his finishing would leave us frustrated. He just doesn't get as many chances, I don't think, as the others. And when he does get chances, he usually slots.
I don't know. I think he's a bit 50-50 on the finishing, Cal. You know, he can be a bit wasteful in front of goal.
You reckon? I've seen him score some goals.
But then again, you're right. Maybe it's just because it's the only chance he's had all game playing for Wolves. And then you can't really have a go at someone if they miss the one chance and it's the only chance they've got in the whole game kind of thing. So, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Yeah.
Another player is Harvey Barnes, and he's homegrown. And that's another thing as well. We need to start adding homegrown players.
I know, bro, but that's underwhelming. No, we're not doing the Harvey Barnes thing.
You think he's underwhelming?
Yeah, Harvey Barnes is a good player, but he's underwhelming. Yeah, I'll be very, very disappointed in that. If you're going to go and buy anyone from Leicester who's English, you get Maddie, bro. You don't get Barnes.
There's a question above Maddison as well, though. Has he peaked?
Nah, it's just the injuries. That's the only thing that I would be worried about with Maddie would be the injury. He's
like Barnes.
Clearly a better footballer than Barnes. Barnes ain't crap, don't get me wrong. But Barnes ain't taking Liverpool to another level. You got to ask yourself this question. If we're going to bring somebody in, they need to do what Jota did. They need to actually take us to another level where now they're actually a part of the puzzle where you got to consider they should be starting. They're not just for the bench. Even though they're coming in for the bench, you got to consider this guy to be a starter. Harvey Barnes is not displacing any of our midfielders. He's not.
Harvey Barnes is bloody good, you know, bro.
Nah.
I like Barnes.
I like him. He's not. I like him over there. He's that brother I like. Do you know what? He's the true definition, of... No, I'm not even going to lie. She's really pretty, but she's just not my type. That is what Harvey Barnes is. Do you get what I mean? And I never used to understand that until one day when something happened. And I was like, oh, yeah, bro, it's a real thing. You can actually find somebody attractive, but they're just not your type.
There, yeah.
And that's Harvey Barnes for me, bro. Harvey Barnes is just not my type.
Ace and Industries says Bobby scored Liverpool's 8,000th league goal today.
Right. That's
I'm
mad.
I'm not surprised. Clutch goals, isn't it? Shaka A says Rafinha looked out of place today. He needs to move. Yeah, Matt was saying that as well. He didn't look good today. Did not look good today. It'd be very interesting
Maybe
to see
you
how
know something that we don't know,
or
innit?
I'll be honest, it would be interesting to see how he gets on in his second season because the people in the league
Yeah,
are going to adapt to his play now, aren't they?
second season syndrome, innit?
It'd be very interesting to see whether it was all hype or he is actually that guy. Just before
It'll
we
be
come
more
off
motivation, probably. I think.
maybe before we come off the stream, people, please do smash the like button. Don't leave without smashing the like button, please, guys. It just takes you like half a second to do it, and then you're back in the live chat. If I was to say to you, Drift, without it being Harry Kane, because I think that's unrealistic. Obviously, Grealish is gone. We need more homegrown players. If I was to say to you, Drift, we need to sign one homegrown player, and we've got the funds to do it. Who would it be and why?
Oh shit! I've never even thought about this before. No, money's no object. It's just about whether he's
within reason. Because I believe, barring Kane and Grealish, I think, and again, it's not going to be someone from Chelsea or Man U or Man City that we'll be able to get. But the others, I do think they're achievable.
That's a tough one, bro. You put me on the spot.
While you do that, Yafu says Pogba today got more assists than Thiago in the last 3 years. He did, but Thiago's had way more better performances than Pogba's had in the last 3 years. So
assists aren't what Thiago's here for.
It's not his job.
Hey, Chad, thanks for reminding me. How could I have a brain fart? Bellingham, bro. 100%.
Oh, I forgot about him.
So, I was just thinking Prem, innit? That's why I completely forgot.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Bellas, 100% Bellas, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow.
That's.
I think if you put Bellas in Liverpool's midfield.
Sorry to cut you though, Drift. That's an interesting question someone just asked. I've missed a comment. Does he actually qualify for being homegrown though?
Yeah, he must do because he was in the Birmingham Academy right up until 17.
Yeah, but you have to have 3 years uninterrupted.
No, I think that's only if you're not born here. He's born here, played here till he was 17. Going abroad, he must still be homegrown.
No, because I don't think Eric Dyer's not homegrown, and I think
Eric Dyer wasn't born here. Wasn't he actually born in Portugal? I mean, I might be wrong, but wasn't Dyer actually born in Portugal?
I'm not sure.
Or he grew up in Portugal. I'm sure he did. Bellingham lived there till he was 17, bro. He must count. He must do. That would be weird if he doesn't. That would be so weird if he doesn't.
If someone can in the comments, could someone clear it up for me? Because I'm genuinely not sure. I'm genuinely asking.
That would be a really, really silly rule if you're born here, live here till you're 17, but you don't count as homegrown. That would be so stupid. That really would.
Yeah, I know Dyer's definitely not homegrown. I've got a friend who's a Tottenham fan, and he's definitely not homegrown.
Yeah, but he grew up in Portugal.
Yeah, a couple of people are saying he's capped for England. Yeah, Dyer's capped for England as well. It doesn't mean he's homegrown. It's not about who you're capped for.
Dyer was born here, but yeah, he grew up in Portugal. I know he definitely grew up in Portugal.
No, but he's not. He's still not counted as a homegrown.
No, but that's what I mean because he didn't live here long enough. That's what I'm saying. But Bellingham was here till he was 17, so he's got to.
Okay, so I think quite a few people are saying that Bellingham is. For me, it's between Bellingham and Saka. Like, if we weren't able to get Neto,
you actually consider that realistic?
What, Saka? Yeah.
You think we could bully Arsenal into getting rid of the only hope they have of a future?
Well, yeah, bro, I do.
Do you really? I know they're in a bad way, bro, but I don't think we can do that.
So if you think if they finish 10th again this season, or 8th or 9th, you think Saka's going to sit there and be like, yeah, I really like in the project how it's going, and I want you to have to build a team around me?
No, I don't think that. But I feel like with 4 years left on his deal, Arsenal would ask for money that would be so dumb. It would be like, well, obviously we're not going to do that. They'd want like 80 mil or something stupid like that, bro.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I know
Shaka
you
A
like
says,
Saka, bro, but that's not realistic, bro.
I think Bellingham would probably command a fee around that as well.
No, but that would be a lot different though, bro. Because one, Dortmund would negotiate with us easier than Arsenal would, and I actually see Bellingham as like a future proof for the thing. Whereas, as I said yesterday, I think Saka's very good. I'm not sure of
Saka's
his
good.
ceiling though.
Yeah,
I'm not sure of Saka's ceiling. Bellingham's ceiling is way higher than Saka's.
Saka needs a clock, man.
But bruv, can you imagine Bellingham under Klopp? Bruv, his ceiling is just.
Oh no, bruv, Saka or Bellingham, bruv, they were good, innit? But I think Saka's versatility for Klopp would just have him.
I think Klopp would be playing him at left back a lot. I reckon.
Bobby playing left back, left wing, right wing, 10. Saka's that guy, man. Shaka A says as long as they did the academy in England, it's okay.
So yeah, that's so Dyer went through the Sporting Academy, so that's why he doesn't count it.
Yeah. Virtuous XHD says Harvey Barnes is a very good player. Klopp will convert him into an explosive midfielder, just like Ox pre-injury. That's an interesting theory. I don't know.
Harvey Barnes okay though, because he's coming off of a bad injury.
Yeah, he's back and playing, I believe.
But
I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
The more I look at it, Sancho at 73 mil, that should have been the one for us. That should have been the one. But again, no point crying over spilt milk. It's happening.
Not even just that. It's very difficult to understand why in the state that Man United are in, they got two good players unchallenged. Like literally nobody even bothered to even get involved, which is weird.
Salary. Here's a good shout by Ace in Industries. Give me Lamptey for backup right back. Saka was an alternative. Lamptey's a shout.
I don't think Lamptey would play backup because he's not experienced first team, but it'd be a brilliant guy to have as backup though, that's for sure.
Yeah. Siddy says no chance of Saka until he's like 22, 23 and once out. Yeah, you might be right. I'm just saying I'd love Saka. And again, just to clear up, I know we say Lamptey is a backup, but shouldn't we get over this backup and starter unless it's a goalkeeper situation and think more rotation? Trent's not rested for about 4 years now.
To a degree, you're right.
Burn him out.
To a degree, you're right. But when you're coming in as right back and you see Trent there making shit look easy, you know you'll see a lot less pitch without an injury.
Yeah, fair dues. Shaka A says keep an eye on Mudieke at PSV, left-footed winger. Yes, I did see he scored a really good goal. Shout out to Grizz and LFC Day Trippers. They were speaking about him as well.
Oh, Saka's doing some scouting around Europe, isn't he?
No, he's a good player. That kid there, he's very good.
No, but wasn't Xhaka the one who said to look out for the Suarez part 2 as well?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I'm saying he's doing a lot of scouting around Europe right now. Still, I wouldn't want to play him on Football Manager, man. Looks like he knows.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Xhaka's gonna unearth these gems that we ain't even gonna know about, bro. Xhaka's Klopp in disguise. That's what Xhaka is. Xhaka's Klopp and Edwards in disguise. And now, people, before we sign off, Drift, anything you want to say?
Nah, man, just brilliant way to start the season. Very happy with the win. Definitely glad that we we didn't do a kind of they're back in the Prem, they're hyped and all that. Like we just got the job done, very professional, man. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. 3 points. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even want to. I'm looking forward to going and looking at my fantasy team as well, because I picked Bruno, guys. Sorry, I don't like putting Man U players in my team, but you got to think about fantasy. So I've got Mo and Bruno in my midfield, and fantasy knew what they were doing, making Mo a midfielder this season as well. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. So I'm looking forward to going and seeing what Mo as captain and Bruno with a hat trick's looking like in my fantasy team still.
So Latan says James Justin, when fit from Leicester as a backup right back, he can also play left back as well.
They'll never let him go. Before his injury, he was the future of Leicester like that. Plus, he's got to get over that injury now. Well.
Very true. Shaka A says, I sent my resume to Jamrock to get me in with MSG. Yeah. 975 Jamrock, we're looking for that little hookup, man. When are we going to get to meet John and the man then, man? We'll sort that out for us, man. We know you're in the FSG. We know where it is, man. Do us a little favor. Get us a meeting. I want to speak to John Henry face to face, man. see what his intentions are for our club. Haaland apparently today got 2 goals and 3 assists.
Haaland, 5 goal contributions in 1 game.
The machine.
He ain't doing anything but make his price tag go up.
The guy is so good, man. He's the one player that you wish you could have convinced him to come from direct from RB Salzburg, innit?
Yes and no, because I feel like the reason he went there was because he knew that was how to develop. There's a little part of me that wanted him to come to Liverpool. We probably wouldn't have played him enough for him to have reached this level this quickly. Do you get what I mean?
Bro.
Maybe. But yeah, I mean, what it really is, Cal, is Liverpool are in a position now in terms of who we are around the world, how we've always been, back up on our perch, Klopp in charge. We actually should just be able to just get these players regardless. Like we just should. Like it's one of them situations where I know we're a very well. I know Jamot's gonna hate me for this. We're a very well-oiled machine, and as a business, it's kind of impeccable. I think if everyone takes their emotion out of it and forgets about football for a second, it's an impeccable business model. Yeah, of constant growth, always making sure that you know what you're doing within your means. Like we're one of the very few clubs in world football that ain't run on a debt, which when I take my emotion out as well, I actually do rate. Man U, Arsenal, these boys all are running on a debt. We're not. I get it. I get it.
FSG in right now, Drew.
No, because I'm just trying to be real in it and be as honest as I can. And I actually do rate that part when I take my emotion out of it. There are very few clubs in world football not run on a debt. And we're one of them. And you have to, when you see what's happening with Inter Milan, we see what's happening with loads of these other clubs, rate that. But football cannot be run like a business if you want the ultimate success. And that's where you have to draw the line down the middle of rating the business model, but also understanding that we could get left behind. And what worries me isn't the immediate future, bro, because we've got Klopp. It is the future that worries me when there's no Klopp. Bro, FSG's model with no Klopp,
it worries me.
But it's not even worth even thinking about, bro. You'll lose sleep. Honestly, you will lose sleep thinking about FSG's model without Klopp. So I don't know, man.
97 Drive Jamrock heard FSG rocked up in the group real quick. Monsoor says good win and roll on next game. I was focused on Ox and Naby and wasn't impressed. They've got this season and they need to make an impression. 97.5 Jamrock says United took out a £200 million loan last year for transfers. No,
it is true though. It is true.
Right, but let me ask you a question: if Man United go and win the league, does anyone care?
No.
That's where the risk is. Risk and reward.
And not only this, I know football isn't, and I know Jamrock might even have another fact for me because he's a financial expert. But I was reading an article, and it could have just been the journalist getting carried away. But from what it seems, bro, the increase in revenue to PSG, they're estimating it covers Messi's wages for the first 2 years.
I said this.
Bro, do you know how nuts that is? That he has brought so much revenue
this.
That they said his wages for the next 2 years are arguably covered from the predicted income boost. Now, bro, is this not what I said when the whole Messi went to PSG? Why aren't we thinking like this for Mbappe? Because I feel like Mbappe would do the same at Liverpool. The increased revenue would kind of help pay for the transfer. Do you know what I mean? And PSG don't have no 20% deal where they're getting money on Messi kits. We were even getting money on all the Mbappe kits that are sold. Do you get what I mean? Mbappe's got more followers than we do as a club. All them man will come with it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you've got to look at these things sometimes and think it's actually a value. And as I said, I use the analogy again. It will be like buying jewelry. It may cost you now, but it won't lose its value. In fact, it will probably rise. And Mbappe, in 2 or 3 years' time, if you do want to sell him on, but we win a couple leagues in the meantime, will be worth more than he is now. So you just get your money back in a couple of years. He's not 30 and you're losing all the money on him. He's 22. By the time he's 26, you can still go and get 200 mil for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Virtuous makes a very good point here. Inter won the league, but at what cost? That is true as well.
That
The
is true.
difference is Man United aren't in that boat. They're not in that same boat.
Yeah, because Man United have enough yearly revenue that they kind of know they can slowly
Yeah.
pay back the debt. Inter
But
Milan
also,
don't have a high
we
yearly.
speak about loans, etc. Couldn't FSG loan us the money and we pay it back to them interest free?
I mean, they could just show some love and just get it and give it to us.
No, but
yeah,
even if
you're
they,
right.
I mean, because that's what they did with the stand and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro,
So,
they effectively could say, all right, kids, I'll tell you what, even if it takes you 10 years, we'll give you 120 mil now, go and get Mbappe, pay us back 15 mil a year for 10 years. And even though Mbappe will be gone in 4 or 5 years, we wouldn't care. We'd win leagues with Mbappe. I wouldn't care if we were still paying FSG back for him after he's gone. In fact, when we get the transfer money, we just pay it off and we'll still have some left anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Buy him for 120, sell him for 200. And win a couple leagues in the middle while Klopp's here. Come on, man. I know it sounds too easy to be true, but it kind of is.
Yeah. 975 Jamrock says United revenues dwarfs us. They can easily pay debt. I think I saw, and again, don't quote me on this 975 Jamrock because I know you're sitting there with bullets in the chamber right now as I speak. But am I not wrong? I think I saw something where we closed the gap considerably, where it's not that big anymore. But again, I might be wrong, so don't.
No, I think I saw that as well, Cal, and I know there was 1 or 2 of the years where we actually made more profit than them in those years as an individual year as well.
All right, so 975 Jamrock, I know you got the bullets in the chamber. Go easy. I'm just asking the question. Mr. Dare I say, it says if Naby/Ox don't impress this season, next season we need to bring in 3 central midfielders because Milner is leaving. Also, do we play Elliott in midfield or wing? Ooh.
That one's going to be a developing question over the season.
For me, Elliott plays in midfield as opposed to wing, but it's the first one. He got a point because you could argue we need a central midfielder now, and if we do sell either Ox or Naby next season, as well as Milner leaving, there's an argument to say.
I just saw someone say profit is different from revenue, which is completely true. Although, if you're operating at a lower level, but you're still making more profit because the other team's got more outgoings, does your incomings really count? Do you get what I mean?
975 Jamrock says we're correct, but it's still 130 mil plus behind. It is, but the gap is closing a lot. So it'd be interesting to see.
And they operate at a much higher operation cost. So if we make more profit, it doesn't matter if they make more money than us. The profit is still what actually goes into your bank account. Do you get what I mean? So
because I presume our outgoings are a lot less than this.
Yeah, our outgoings are less. Like I said, Cal, they are running on the debt. Man United has been running on the debt ever since the Glazers bought them, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, bro. But but we can't buy 3 midfielders in one summer, so that means we'd have to get one this year.
Yeah.
You can't buy 3 midfielders in one season. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much change and shift.
Not to mention other positions we may have to look at in the summer next year as well. So yeah. We need one this summer. Guys, before we sign off, please make sure you get your viewers review video in. If you want to leave your thoughts about the game, please make sure you do that. 130 mil pre-night deal as well. And
that money should start to be toppling in a bit, innit?
Should be. So yes, please get your thoughts in. Send the video by filming a landscape. And then send it over to us on our email, which I'll bring up on the screen now. It is teamkopish@gmail.com. See if I can put that. There we go. So send us your 90-second review. I wouldn't say send it to us on Instagram or Facebook, just our email, teamkopish@gmail.com makes it a lot easier. And
the Instagram's too techie now. It's getting a bit difficult. Yeah.
So teamkopish@gmail.com. And get your viewers reviewing to us. 2 more super chats before we go. Carlin says, where would FSG get the money from? Red Sox has been leaking money because of COVID. PSG figures are skewed because of FFP, creative accounting.
Well, they kind of already have the money.
Yeah.
So it'd be like what we did with the AXA training ground, where they'd be borrowing their actual personal money and then we just pay it back interest free.
Also, didn't the deal with Redbird kind of cover the COVID costs, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
So they should be still okay. Sam Max Legend says approximately 500,000 Messi shirts were sold at 105 euros. Go figure, FSG with your play school business models. 500,000 shirts have been sold already. Surely not.
Bro, I'm not surprised in the slightest.
That's crazy.
Bro, apparently their social media activity was like 500 times more than it had been for the last year or something ridiculous. And, bruv, it was dumb, bruv. It was stupid. It's the power of Messi, innit, bruv? Like,
975 Jamrock says crunch the numbers on the Nike deal, 30 mil extra max. Star Daisy says if Matip can stay fit, top 5 centre back in the league, easy. We've been saying this to rival fans, they just don't see it, but they'll see it when it becomes too late.
Form. And you know what, Jamrock, what I will say, if it's 30 mil roughly for the profit on the 20%, that just pays Mbappe's wages for me. And it's like you're paying him because it would be his shirt that will probably be selling the most. So it's like he kind of paid himself for his wages, isn't it? Boom. What's 30 mil a year divided up into the 12 months, Cal? Let's quickly do that for me, please, bro.
30 mil divided by 12.
Yeah.
You're looking around what per month? How much Mbappe be getting? About 2.5 mil.
And then just divide that up into 4 for me, because that sounds like about maybe 600 a week.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. Mbappe's on what, 4 now? He paid for himself then. He paid for himself. Come on, it's making it even more achievable now. Don't do this to me because I'm more angry FSD aren't going to do it. You know what I mean?
Naldo puts it perfectly. Guys, stay quiet. Let the rivals sleep this season. We get in from the back door. Facts.
Yeah, there's not one person in the world who has actually thought we can do anything. And it is kind of cool. I like it.
Jamrock says I use Barca's 3 million kit sales as a marker. Fair enough. Although ours isn't just kit sales, it's overall merchandise, isn't it?
Yeah. And you got to remember, Mbappe massively increases how many shirts we've sold. Mbappe and Salah and Virgil. We're selling shirts in every corner of the planet with those 3 players. Yeah. Like, literally. Mad.
Felipe Pinto, thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member. Guys, if you want to become a member, click the link in the description. You get behind the scenes access, and we're going to be doing a lot of member stuff this season as well, and a lot of new stuff on the channel as well. So make sure you stay tuned. But people, we are going to sign out now. Thank you so much for everyone who stayed in the chat. Thank you for everyone who contributed, for everyone who messaged, everyone who liked the video. We are going to be back on Monday. We're going to drop the viewers review tomorrow if we get a good amount. So this is on you guys. If you guys want it, you guys got to send us what you want. It's finished says, that's why we're bigger than City. Cal smashed it on Sport Bible, bro. Pleasure. Thank you. Appreciate that. Some people will disagree, though. I've had some very, very rough messages still. But it comes with the territory. I'm always going to back Liverpool Football Club. So it is where it is. But boys, girls, Drifty, man like Matt from afar, we are Team Kopish. Thank you very much for joining us. Up the Reds, 3-0. Great start to the season. Let's go, people. Let's go.